All right. Legs hip distance apart. Breath up. And exhale, sinking that energy. So these first few breaths, when we first start our movements, are basically just to get us focused in on moving and on our energy and slowing ourselves down, body and mind. Good. And again, just some easy breaths up. Good. Now let's flow the energy a different way. Turn the palms up, reach up, turn the palms out and down. So you scoop the energy, breath up, then exhale, push it out and around. And again, up, out and around. Very good. Couple more. And push. Now as the arms come down, you want to just lift them gently in front and down. So this is a very fluid movement, very soft. It's an opening Tai Chi movement, but it's just a good way to just feel the flow as you lift and press and sink it into the earth. Lift. Good. And again. Good. Now let's just shift the weight side to side a bit. Now I'm going to turn my toes out a little because it helps me have a wider stance. And just shift without taking my knee too far out over my toes. So I'm just sort of shifting. And now as I shift, I'm going to lift the heel up and let the arms just flow with it. So just a nice gentle flow side to side. Good. Still remembering, if you look at my shoulders, they're still between my hips as I swing side to side. Good. It's a nice, easy warm up. Good. This time, let's go over to the left foot. Let's turn to the right, and let's push some waves and energy. Opening your chest, warming up your back. Just some nice waves, pull and push. Remember, as you're doing it, still keep your shoulders over your hips as opposed to pushing out. That's a different exercise, and it changes your balance a bit. So just open. As you're doing this, think of pulling your abs. Think of squeezing your belly button in towards your backbone. And as you move, just feel the flow in and out. Great for posture. This is something you could do every day just to help you realign your back, stand tall, and get your posture where you want it to be and those muscles in your back strong. Two more. Last one. Now just transfer it over by closing that right foot, then open out into your little T-step, and let's come back and push. Good. Breath. Just really expand the chest, which gives your lungs more room to move and breathe and expand, which in turn gives you better breath, more oxygen flow throughout your body. Just rock and push. Good. Feels good just to move. Get everything awake. Two more. Last one. Now let's come back to the center. Bring everything and shake it out. And let's do our Tai Chi tap, because it's a great way to wake everything up. Just up and down one arm. Don't forget your wrist and your hand and your palm. And let's go over to the other side. As I always say, if you've got some areas that feel stiff or tight or a little bit of pain, just linger there a little bit longer. Good. Now come across the chest. Just sort of tap your chest. Open it out and down to your abdomen. And just wake up all those internal organs in your abs. Very good. Now let's work all down to the inner thigh and just chop down the inner thigh and up the outside of your hip. Come across those hip flexors and go down again. And then up the outside. One more. and up the outside, cross the hip. Now let's just tap the top of the thighs, top of your feet, and up the back of your legs, going right on into your lower back and your kidneys. Cross those hips again, and down, and up the back. Cross one last time, and up the back. Very good, and just kind of linger there in your lower back a bit. Wake up your kidneys, anywhere back there that might feel tight. Come back across the hips once more, up the abs, to the chest, and to the back of your neck. And then work your way up to your fingertips on your scalp, massaging, stimulating those hair follicles, those nerve endings in your skull. Now over to the forehead and your temples, under the eyes for sinuses, congestion, and back to the temples again, down to your jaw. Remember, there's a lot of tension when you clench your jaw, so you want to remember to keep that jaw relaxed underneath your nose, and then under your mouth, under your chin, back to the jaw. And just kind of let everything, you know, it's kind of like if you just stand here for a few seconds, you feel everything head to toe tingling. I love that sensation of the entire body, nice and awake. Very good. Breath up and sink it in. Very good. Now what I'm going to do, so I want us to step side to side. So kind of like a little dance. And you can go as fast or as slow as you like. This helps to warm up the inner and outer thighs. And again, it's the beginning of a little balance transfer and a little balance work. Good. Now, as we step, let's reach one arm up and the other arm. And you can go as fast or slow as is comfortable for you. What this is doing, it's helping to stretch through that waist. And then if you lean just a little bit, you'll feel the stretch from the hip all the way up to your shoulder. Good. And in doing so, you get a little cardio going too. Good. Looks good. Last 4. 3, 2, 1. Come back to center and up. Now, as you bring those arms down, I'm going to turn sideways. You bring those arms down. I want you to think of sticking your backside out and reaching forward. So the mechanics in this to remember is we don't want to be like way out like this onto our toes, but you want to have your knees stay over your ankles. Make a hinge in your hips so that if you did a plumb line down from the ceiling, it would cross your shoulders, cross the mid-thigh, and go down to the heels. Weight is between the arch and the heel, and the arms are out. And this is the safest way to do any kind of squat. Pull something out of the oven, whatever, work in the garden. You want to remember your body mechanics. So hold that, take a breath. Now exhale, pull the palms in and push your hips forward a bit. So we're not arching in the back, but we're pushing those hips forward so that you stretch out those hip flexors. Let's try it again. Breath, remembering to hinge at the hip and really stick your back side out. Breath, and exhale, pull in and forward. Now, you can go as little or as much as you're comfortable. It's whatever you feel is within your range of ability right now that might challenge you, but not be a bit too much with wherever your knees are. I do understand knees real well. And that's why I try really hard to make sure that we stay out of the knee by using the quad muscles and not have the knees. If you have your knees out over like this, it is so hard on those joints. So push back and lift. Push back. This is the same movement we would do if we were sitting down in our chair. And once again, quad strength is so important to stay functionally independent throughout your life. be able to do the things that you want to do. Even pick up grandkids, the dog, that big juicy cake you got in the oven, or in Darlene's case, bread, and push out. Couple more. Good. Now on this one, I want you to hold and go ahead and bring your hands to your thighs. Back is nice and flat right now. Chest is open. Take a breath. Now pull your belly button in as if you were rounding into a letter C and just round your spine. Take another breath and press the chest forward, tailbone out, and flatten it. Basic yoga cat-cow breath. Tap and curl under. Really stretches through your lower back breath. And exhale, push out. Once again, exhale, curl under. Breath, push out. Good. One more time. Stretch, breath, and push out. Go ahead and curl all the way up. I'm going to turn forward, keeping those same principles in mind. We're going to try something, and if you need the chair, it's there. What I would like for us to do is to do that same lunge again. And as you come up, I want you to lift the right knee. Let's try it again. Push out. As you come up, lift the left knee. Press down. Now I'm going really slow, but you do whatever is best for you right now. Press, pull the knee in, out, pull the knee in. Now, if you don't feel comfortable pulling the knee in, just tap. Down and tap. So we're getting some balance as well as quad strength here. And tap. Good. And tap. R, knee up. Also similar to the golden rooster that we do when we do our Tai Chi movements. Good. Press. All right, let's do one more each side. Very good. Breath up. And sink. Now I'd like you to shift the weight to the left leg. Right leg forward, you shift the weight forward and back. Other leg forward and back. So this is our lunges, but more than a lunge right now, it's just a weight transfer. No arms for right now. Okay, focusing on the right leg forward only. Go right leg, come together, tap it right side together, and tap it back. All right, so right leg again, just shift the weight forward, together, right. So you're sort of lunging into it to the side and back. Now, when you go back, you probably can't go too far without wanting to turn the toe out, but try to keep your toe forward. Good. So rock front, inside, and back. Center. Good. All right. So on this one, I want you to try forward, come back and go straight to the side, come back and go to the back. So front, side without the tap in the middle, and back. Two more. Straight to the side and back. Last one. Step out, step back. Very good. All right, left leg. We're doing just the front with the tap first. Tap side, tap back. Good. Tap front, side. So we don't do a whole lot of things for these inner and outer thighs, and they have to be as strong as the quads and the hamstrings. So this is a good way as we're doing our lunges for the quads, and we're working the inner and outer thighs too. So let's do one more with the tap. Good. All right, now let's take the tap out for 4. Here we go. Tap, side, back, front, side, back, front, side, back. Last one, front, side, back. Very good. Shake it out a bit. Legs are now back into our horse stance, slightly turned out. All right, so I'm going down, side to side, and just right now dropping my arms down. So as I go to the right, I'm just pushing down. And this will start to work some muscles in your shoulders and your deltoids. So just to the side. And I'm framing that leg. So it means that I'm getting some rotation, some spiral movements as we're tapping. And as you get more warmed up, make those spiral movements a little bit bigger. Good. Turn your head in the direction you're going. Good. And turn. So this incorporates a rotation with your head and neck when you might need to look behind you, as well as the internal and external oblique muscles getting warmed up as well. Good. All right. So now let's take the legs out and let's just turn the body. So I've got weight centered with my hips stable, squeezing the glutes even to keep your hips stable, and just rotate in the torso. Because there are times that you quickly rotate or turn and those obliques are strong. You won't hurt anything because they'll know what to do. And they'll react because they're strong. Good. Last set. Now let's incorporate down and reaching up. We've done this one before. Down, pull something, reach and put it on a shelf. Bend and reach. Bend and reach. Good full body movement. Reach. Bend and reach. Bend, reach. Good. Keep going. Good. Last one. Very good. Now just turn. Let's reach here and then down to the other side. And reach and down. Reach, down. Lift and down. So your emphasis on this could either be grabbing something from the shelf, setting it on the floor, or taking it from the floor and lifting it up on the shelf. And if you try the emphasis each way, it'll work just a little bit differently. You'll feel the muscles move just a bit differently. Up. 2 more. Last one. Very good. And just come back to the center and just swing it out. I want you to add a little shoulder roll. So you like lean into the movement and bring that shoulder back. Good. Like you were wiping your brow after a hard day's work. Good. Couple more. There you go. Last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come center, breath up. Sink it down. And I'd like you to turn your palms forward and open the chest. So from the side, we're keeping the abs tight, we're opening. Now I want you to round and sink. Let your head drop just a little bit, not a big one. Breath. Exhale, open. Look up, palms down. Front of the body is completely open and stretched. Breath. Exhale up again. Open and stretch. Good. Roll once again. And exhale, open and stretch. Very good. Bring the arms out, palms up. Now this is something we haven't done in a while. We're going to isolate our ribs and our abs and our hips. So palms are out. Now, you can always put your hands on your hips if your arms get tired. However, it's a good exercise itself to be able to hold those arms, dropping the shoulders, retracting the shoulder blades, as opposed to, you don't want to be like here. You want to be down and open and squeeze back. So imagine visually, my ribs are here, my hips are here, parallel to the floor. I am going to keep my lower body still, keep your hips still, and glide your ribs side to side. So as if you're reaching out to that wall and the other wall, but nothing is moving but the ribs gliding across the hips. You see my hips are still. Good, just the ribs. Push. Great isolation, great work for the core. Good, and push. Push. Side to side, keeping your lower body still, and you got to work on it. You got to pull your abs in, you got to squeeze the glutes, and just isolate those ribs. As fast or as slow as you're comfortable right now. Just push, push. Reach way out to that window and the other one. Good. One more. Now, if you like, just take it a little faster. It's the ribs, not the hips. Nothing's moving from here down. Just the ribs. I know that's kind of new if you haven't done rib isolations before, but they're so good. And you might feel it in your abs tomorrow, but that's a great, great workout. Good. Now, keep the hips still. Press your chest forward, then side, then push back and side. So now you're going around your tailbone. So see if you can keep your hips still. And again, at this point, if your hands are tired, push your hips down and back. We do this one several classes. We've done it at the end, seated in the chair. So just imagine that, but keeping your lower body still. Chest forward, side, pull the belly button in. Good. Now let's go the other way. So we're going to go and push back and around and forward without moving that lower body. And again, if it's difficult for you, if you've never done it before, you can start off doing it in the chair where your lower body is seated and isolated, and it makes it much easier. So this is a little more challenging. Very good. Let's do one more. All right. So now stand here. Same thing. You might want to bring your feet a little bit closer. We're going to rock the hips now. So rock the hip side to side. And as you rock the hip, of course, the leg that you're pushing out is going to straighten a bit. And we're not just being cutesy and dancy. Keeping hip mobility is so very important as we age, because probably you aren't dancing as much and you aren't doing things where you're moving the hips. But it is so important for functional movement and functional fitness to keep those hips strong and flexible and mobile, especially if you have any arthritis in them. Keeping them mobile will help lubricate and bring blood flow in there and help ease the pain. But it's very important for balance as well. So we're just rocking the hip side to side as fast or as slow as you're comfortable. And if you want to get real funky, you can just do some shoulders and pretend you're dancing. So one hip and the opposite shoulder up. I like this one because it just feels good. And plus it makes you feel young again, like you're dancing side to side. Good. Rock the hip. Good. And with or without the shoulders, it's totally up to you. All right, now let me throw this one at you. Let's do double rock. So we're going to rock 2 times and 2 times. So rock, hip, rock, hip. So you got to get your coordination and rhythm in there too. So 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. While you're doing this, keep your abs tight. And you can also squeeze your glutes. So a lot of muscles are getting stronger. 2, 2. Good. One more. And the other side. Now, whereas we move the ribs around in a circle, we're now going to move the hips. So take them right and back, to the left and forward. And you'll find when you go forward, those hip flexors will stretch just like we did when we did our squats and then pushed forward. So just round, making the movement begin from the hips. So the movement is coming from your core, your dantian, good, your lower center of gravity. Let's do one more, and then just switch directions. Go the other way. Rock the hips back and forward. Now there's something that's real important that I haven't talked about much in my classes, and that's Kegel exercises, things to keep the pelvic floor strong. So very important for bladder control. So as you're doing any of your lower body squeezes, if you can think of squeezing your pelvic floor muscles, you will get some added benefit of strengthening them. And that is so important as we age. All right, come back to center and just rock the pelvis front and back. So all we're doing is just squeezing the glutes and pushing back. Just squeezing. Notice my knees are soft. And once again, so good for the lower back, for hip mobility, for strength, for balance, and for stretching those hip flexors. Just a little rock forward and back, squeezing and pressing. Good. 2 more. Last one. All right, shake that out. I don't know about you, but that all got my internal furnace warm. So I'm a little bit warm. Breath up and sink. Once again, breath up and sink. Go ahead and get your band because we're going to make sure we get our upper body strengthening and stretches in, because having a strong upper body is so important for total body balance. Okay, we're going to do thumbs up, ends up. Let's put it under the right foot in the very middle, all the way under the arch, so that when you put the ball of your foot down, it's securely placed under there so that you don't have any chance of it coming out. And then stand up. So now all my weight is on my right leg and my arms are held out. So we're going to do the one where we push the left leg front and back. So you can hold out a bit, which will give you a little more deltoid and upper back work. Stand tall, supporting knee is soft, and just bring that leg forward and take it back. So all my weight is going to stay in the right leg. And as we talk about in Tai Chi, our empty leg, our left leg is our empty leg. Front, go as slow or as fast as you can. We don't really want to go fast, but if you need to go slower than me, go ahead. Front and back. Helps with balance. Good. One more front and back. Remember to spread your toes wide on your supporting leg. Hold front, knee is soft. And I just want you to lift and down, lift and down. 3 and 4. Whoops, lost that one. All right, take it back. Now, because let me turn sideways. Got it back. I want you to lean just a little bit into that supporting leg because we're going to do a hamstring curl. But I don't want you to do it straight upright. I want you to do it with a bit of a lean, knee soft, curl and down. Curl. Hopefully holding on to the band gives you some additional balance. Go ahead and do 8. We haven't done any other hamstring stuff yet today. 2, 3, and 4. Very good. Release that band. Shake anything out that feels tight, and that could be your shoulders and your arms because they were doing isometric contraction while you were working the feet. All right, going to do a little different. I'm going to do the same thing, but this time I want you to turn the thumbs down and the ends up and take it underneath your left arch. So it's the same thing, but whereas we had thumbs up working underneath our arms, now we're kind of working the backs, isometrically contracting them while we're doing this, okay? So arms out, all your weight on your left leg, and come in and tap and back. Front and back. Good job. 3 and back. 4 and back. 5 and back. 6. Good. 7 and 8. Now take that leg forward and let's just lift up and down. 2, 3, and 4. Now take it back. I'm going to turn sideways again. So we're leaning slightly forward and curl that leg 8 times. So curl 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. And release. Take all that out. Looks good. All right, let's take it behind our backs and work the chest and back a bit as well. So I'm coming right underneath my ribs. Thumbs forward, forward. Legs a nice wide stance, a little bit turned out. And remember, glutes are squeezed under, your abs are pulled in tight. And you can choke up after you do a few and make the band tighter if you like. But let's just go both arms forward. Open and pull back. Remembering as we go back, don't arch. Keep your body still. Go back and pull front, pull in. Push out, open, in, and back. Push and open, in, and back. So this is working chest muscles, upper back, chest, and in. Good. And open, and in. Good. Push. Wide as you're comfortable, keeping your lower body stable. Push and out, in, and back. Good job. Push and out, in. This time, let's open, push out, stay there. Now pull the elbows in to your side and push them out. So just elbows in and out. Like an elevator door closing, elevator door opening. In and push. In and push. Hang with me, breath. Exhale with power. Exhale. Good. In. Push out. I know those upper back muscles are getting tired. It means that they need to work and get stronger. Good. All right. Come in. We're going to pulse them out for 8. So what we're going to do from here is just push 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Woo! Move those shoulders a little bit and take a little bit of a break. I'm going to bring my toes in a little more forward and then lower my body stance because I'm going to start working on some upper body twists and punches. So by bringing it in, I get a little bit deeper base of support. All right. So I want you to take your right arm. Right now we're keeping, again, stable and still the lower body. Punch together, punch. So rotation once again for the obliques. Lower body is still right now and push. Still kind of working those oblique muscles quite a bit because in moving the human body day to day, we use our trunk, we use our obliques and our back and our abs, and they need to be strong. Good. Hips staying still. Let your eyes go where the punch goes. Push. Good. Do 2 more sets stationary. Last one. Now let's add that rotation. So it's very similar to what we were doing earlier, but with a little bit of strengthening for the chest and back. So let's rotate and push. Shifting the weight, pivoting on the ball of the foot, of the non-weight bearing foot. Push, push. Good. And punch, push. Be sure to really let the elbow come back so that the upper back gets involved in an eccentric contraction. And push. Good. Last 4, 3, 2. Come back to the front. I want you to keep the lower body still and just make it faster. Punch, 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 punch. Push it out there. Good. Squeeze. Push. Good. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And relax. All right. Take the band from around. Now, right now, that's all I'm going to do with the upper body, back, and chest. And we may pick it up a bit more when we sit down. But I'd like for us to go to the chair because I want to focus a bit on the hamstrings. We do so much to strengthen the quads and we forget those hamstrings. There's some great things with the band you can do for the hamstring, but you either need to wrap it around the chair leg or have a partner hold it for you. And if I can ever get those little mini movement moments together, I'll do one specifically just for some hamstring strengthening with the band. But for now, I want you to stand with your chair, your body lifted, chairs as close to you really as you can for the first exercise. Let's take the leg closest to your camera back. Lean your body forward again like we were doing a minute ago. And just flex the foot in and then keep it flexed in and out. So as if you're kicking yourself in the backside. Good. 4 more. 3, 2. Now bring it up and pulse it in. I know it'll be hard, but just little pulses in towards your backside. Just pulse. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stretch it out, toe pointed. And then come up, bring it in, and shake it out a bit. Using that same leg, take your chair a little bit more forward. Still trying not to lean. Let's see, let's take it straight out at a straight arm. Now extend the leg out and lean. So you've got that straight line. Pull the knee in and kick it back. Point in, kick back. Point in, kick back. Now try to keep your hips facing the back of the chair. Don't lift that front hip as you're kicking. In, kick back, in, and back. Relax your shoulders. Keep your neck long. Let's go. 8 more. You can do it. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Shake that out. You'll probably feel it in your quads and your hamstrings tomorrow or the next day. Well, I'm going to turn my chair just so that the leg I'm working is always facing front. So let's do the other side now. We've got it close to us. Going to take that opposite leg back. Lean forward. Remember, don't get those shoulders up. Press them down. And let's flex in and out. In and out. Even though you've got that hip forward toward the screen, avoid lifting. I don't want you to do that. There we go. And 4. 4 more. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now let's do it. Little quick ones. Here we go. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm not sure how many we did on the other side. Let's do another 8. You can do this. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. All right. Shake it out a bit. Slide the chair out a little bit further. Good. Lean, leg back, hips square, shoulders down. Pull in and out. Point in, push out. Point, flex. Good old donkey kick. Good. And push. 4, 3, 2, and 1. I think we did 12 on the other side, so go ahead and do 4 more. Good. All right. Shake that out. Very good. All right, let's spend a few minutes stretching the hamstrings and the quads standing. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. All right. So let's do our leg stretches. The first thing we're going to do is extend your right leg back in a runner stretch. Now, when I'm doing this from the front, toes and knees are straight ahead. Try not to do that. So look down at your back leg. If it's turned out, you're not going to be stretching the back of your lower leg like you need to be. Okay. Remembering too that this leg in front is over your ankle, not like that. Okay. And just stretch. So what are we stretching now? Well, if you rock your hip a little bit forward, you're stretching the hip flexors, but we're stretching all the way down the lower leg mainly. And just hold and breathe. Good. Now bring that leg in about halfway. Put all your weight on it. The front leg toes up. You've got your chair. Imagine you were sitting back in your imaginary chair with your back straight, and you should feel an awesome lengthening all the way down the outside of that front leg. And I even rest my hands here so that I can really stick my tailbone out and get a stretch anywhere from your hip all the way down. That's why we keep the back straight, so that we don't take it out of the hip and the hamstring by rounding the back. Just hold it. And all of these can be done seated. Any of these stretches we're doing standing like this can be done seated. Very good. Now walk forward into that leg, and we're going to stretch the quads. Remember, I always tell you there's 3 ways. Grab your ankle, your heel, your pant leg, and pull it up. Or you've got your band, which you can put around your leg and assist you with pulling it up. Or you can put the leg in the chair and just push the hip forward to stretch your quads and your hip flexors. So you find whichever way is best for you and your range of motion and your flexibility and your strength, because everybody's different. And just hold it and push that hip forward. Good. Now release, and let's do everything on the other side. So your right leg would be forward and your left leg back if you're doing the same leg as me. If not, do whichever one you didn't do just a minute ago. Just a nice runner stretch for the Achilles tendon, your calf, your heel. Again, remembering to keep those toes and knees forward. And just hold that stretch. Good. Now bring that leg in about halfway. Put all the weight on the back leg, front toes come up. And you imagining you're sitting down in your imaginary chair, tailbone out, back flat. You got the chair there. You can support your elbows. Hold on to it, whatever is most comfortable for you. Good. Nice, easy stretch. Remembering if you rounded the back, you're going to lose that stretch down here, so we don't want to do that. And just hold. Good. Now roll those toes down, come forward and up, and let's take the take the legs so that we can stretch the quads, either holding on to your foot ankle pant, put the band under it, or set that knee on your chair and push the hip forward. We did lots of quad work, so I know they could probably use a good stretch. Very good. And release. Good job. Shake it out. We're going to go ahead and have a seat in the chair. Let me change our music a little bit and get us something a little more relaxing and ready to kind of stretch a bit. Don't forget how to get in the chair properly. Same movements we did when we squatted, just press down and easy go into the chair. Very good. Now walk your hips so that you are about in the middle of your chair. So the back isn't touching and you're setting up nice and tall, legs hip distance apart. So it's the same principle as you would have when we were standing up. Ears over shoulders, shoulders over hips, hips sunk deep into the chair, and legs are just kind of dangling off, relaxed and heavy. Breath out. Exhale, bring that energy down. I don't know about you, but I feel like we did a good workout for the large muscle groups of the body, the hips, the core, the back, the abs, the obliques, all big muscle groups that keep us functioning independently, keep us strong and healthy, and a good energy flow head to toe. Breath. This time I want you to turn the palms out and bend those elbows. Put your hands on your lower back, the small of your back, and with the chest open, lean forward a little bit, not too far right now. Back is straight. Shoulder blades are pulled back. Good. Now release the arms and just let your body fold over towards your legs and toward the floor. Let the top of the head dangle, the energy coming out the top of your head into the earth. The connection of your heavenly lift out the top of your head with your earthly groundedness into the earth. The circle of life. From the earth up through your body, out the top of your head, and circling back down again. Eyes open, breath. You can either use your hands for assistance or let them dangle and just uncurl one vertebrae at a time. Breath up. Turn those palms out and back. Rest the hands on the small of the back again. Open the chest. This time I want you to lean just a little bit back in the chair. Hold your abs tight. Good. Now lean forward, exhale, and round over and let the upper body drop. Let it relax. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Come up, uncurl. Arms out. Now wrap your body to the right. Lower your arms, one toward the back of your chair, one on the outside of that right leg. And then turn and look behind you. Rotate your neck, your shoulders, and your obliques and your waist. Keep both hips level on your chair. Imagine your body is wrapped around your spine like ribbons wrapped around a rod. Release. Breath. Let's go the other side. Just wrap. You can either have your back arm down or you can have it behind your chair to assist you to rotate further. Lifted, open chest. And release. One more time each way and see if you feel an improvement in your rotation. So back and around. Breath. And rotate the other side. Very good. And back to center. Breath out. And sink that energy. Arms out. Let's make our little ball of energy, our chi energy. We haven't done a whole lot of Tai Chi today, but that's okay. We had a different purpose and goal. So open that energy, pull it in. Make sure your elbows are down and relaxed. Breath. And exhale, squeeze. Breath. You've got the left arm on top. Turn to the left. We're going to do our heavenly hands just to relax right before we finish up. Breath. Now lift and bring the right arm up, and then rotate your body to the right as far as you're comfortable. Take a breath and change and rotate left. So the hand on top is the one in the direction that you are turning. Just feel the peacefulness. Rest your tongue on the roof of your mouth. Breathe through your nose and feel that energy you generated. The peacefulness, the relaxed, slow, easy breath. And then just bring that energy back to the middle and hold it side to side. As you're holding your energy, I want you to walk your hips back into your chair and let your back rest against your chair and your feet just rest comfortably on the floor. And just hold that energy, close your eyes. With each breath, inhale, feel the expansion of that wonderful healing energy come into your body. And with each exhale, squeeze and push out the energy you no longer want. Breath in, healing light, new energy. Exhale, feel the energy you no longer need, pouring out each pore of your body. Negativity, pain, dis-ease. Breath, push it away. And you can cleanse it with an exhale out the mouth or just a slow breath in and out. Empty the lungs so that the next breath can be complete and full, taking in all the newness of life that you possibly can get. Rest your hands on your lap. Continue to just breathe, expanding the ribs, opening the lungs like beautiful balloons, then emptying those balloons completely. Continue just to breathe calmly. Open your eyes. Let's extend the right leg and circle the ankle. And reverse the other way. Hold that leg up. Spread your toes. Squeeze your toes. Spread and squeeze and shake it out. Other leg, circle. Keep those ankles strong and mobile. And reverse. Even if you've had ankle injuries, it's even more important to keep those ankles loosened up. Now spread your toes and squeeze and spread. And if you haven't had an ankle injury, doing just some inversion, eversion movements are so important. Either this way or with a ball. So threw that one in. Breath up. Sink it in, wiggle your fingers. First as if you were playing a piano, then playing a piano upside down. Open and spread and just close. Emphasis on the opening and stretching, not the closing. Good. Palms up to the sky, palms down to the earth. Up, keeping your elbows close by your side. It's a little bit harder. Good. Now hands rest, ear to shoulder. And come center, other ear to other shoulder. Doesn't matter whether you do your right or left. We're going to get both sides. Once again, tilt the other side. And that stretches the neck and the shoulder. Roll the head forward, chin to your chest. And then come back to center, looking straight ahead to the screen. I want you to imagine you had a pencil on the end of your nose. Use your nose and draw a circle about the size of a quarter. While that may seem like it's silly, you are working on neck rotation and keeping that neck limber. Now, erase your circle. So go the other way. Use the eraser on your pencil and erase that quarter-size circle. Very good. Now back to center. Let's do those chin tucks. So you want to imagine you're pushing the back of your head to your back wall, or turtle coming inside your shell. Then release to neutral. Don't jut your chin out. Just release to where your head is resting comfortably over your shoulders. Squeeze and tuck in again. I know I've mentioned it many times. This is great for those of us that read, look at our phones, look down, keeping those muscles in the back of our neck strong and supporting our posture. And release. Breath out. Wonderful class, y'all. Palms together, hands to heart. Close your eyes. Breathe and relax. Let your body feel heavy and used, yet energized. Our most gracious Heavenly Father, we thank you for this beautiful day. You have blessed us with so much each and every day, the beauty of the earth, our family and friends around us, and all the many blessings that you give us. Be with those who aren't as fortunate right now, dealing with pain, suffering, dis-ease. Help you